go ahead and get started in child's pose. I'm going to read to you today's reading from Journey to the Heart. Move gently into forgiveness. I never knew how much I blamed and hated myself. I never knew how much shame and self-contempt I picked up from situations I'd been through until I really forgave myself and felt how that feels, one woman said to me. Loving yourself and forgiving yourself, accepting yourself, all of these feel different from judging yourself. Many of us have lived with so much judgment of ourselves that we take these feelings for granted. We just think that how we're doomed to feel. Until we do forgive ourselves, we don't realize how much we need to and how good, how great, how absolutely terrific that feels. I was leery of forgiveness for many years. I thought forgiving implied judging. And because judging was wrong and I shouldn't do it, I didn't need to forgive. The problem was, whether right or wrong, I had judged myself, and now I needed forgiveness. Self-judgments set us apart, separate us from the rest of the world in an undesirable way. But forgiving ourselves reconnects us to the world, to God, and to ourselves. We can forgive ourselves for what we've done wrong, what we've done badly, and what we think we could have done better. We can transcend our judgments of ourselves. So move greatly into forgiveness. Love, forgive, and accept yourself. See how connected you feel. See how free you really are and always have been. See how much better you feel. Move your hands and arms to the right side of your mat. And in today's practice, it is an all levels class. What I'm going to encourage you to do is maybe practice with softness this morning. A little bit of ease. Walk your hands and arms to the opposite side. Extend your right arm even further forward. Like walk your fingertips just a little bit. You get a little bit more sensation. Let's go ahead, come back to your original downward dog, your child's pose. Come onto your finger pads and come into what Alan calls spider fingers or tent fingers. Like, activate all of your finger pads, press them down onto your mat, and dip your right shoulder and armpit down to the floor. Lift your left armpit up and change. You could bring your hands back to the palms and create some of that motion. It almost looks like, I always think of like a hammock, right? The top of a hammock on the sides, or they move side to side. And you increasingly get deeper in that extension through your armpit and through your arm. And take one more right side and left side. And pause. Tabletop pose. Come into tabletop. Modified side plank, left first. So anchor your left. Use your right knee as support and anchor that to the ground. Your left, thank you. In any way you want to create your right arm, you could take it up to your ceiling, or you could reach your arm over your head. And heel toe your right foot back more to the back of your mat. And then take it behind you. So it's like if you pause and take a look at what Alan's doing, you take it back. It's almost like there's a slight back bend. Come back to your pose, modified side plank, and release. Let's do the opposite side. Anchor your right hand, lift your left arm up to your ceiling or maybe up overhead, and breathe. You know, what is so important about our practice is always staying rooted and grounded. I always like going back to the basics of grounding, staying stable, and the best way of doing that is to spread your fingers wide and press your hands. Anchor your knee to the floor. Extend your side body longer and come into tabletop pose. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to do that, that bend. Let's go there again, Alan, one more time. So you guys come back up, and now take your back leg back. I don't want to get you guys all crooked. Yeah. There's an extra step that I forgot. In this pose, also pull your belly slightly in. Draw it in. Create a core connection. Okay, are we ready? One more breath. And go ahead, come back. Okay, now tabletop pose. Downward facing dog. Pedal your knees. Bring some fluidity and ease. Anchor your hands deeper into your mat. Lift your tailbone up higher. Let's work some shoulders with some high plank to downward facing dog transition. So inhale, high plank, press up through your upper back. Downward facing dog. Exhale, draw your heels towards your mat. Inhale, high push-up. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, high push-up pose. Pull your belly up to your spine and up to the ceiling, and downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, as high as you can. Bend your right knee, open your hip, and create big rotations and circles with your ankles and your knee, your hip. You're going to open up through your hip. Now, stop rolling your ankles. Bring your right heel as close to your butt as possible. There we go. And release. Three-legged dog. Lift your right leg back up and come back to tabletop pose and rest your shoulders. Just pause in neutral. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up high to your ceiling and extend through your left heel. Kick your left heel. Like really send that back. Don't forget about foundation. Anchor your hands, plant your hands, bend your left knee, and open your hip. Bring rotation to your ankles and bring rotation to your hip. Three-legged dog, downward facing dog, and hold. Now, if you need to rest, drop to your knees, or whatever you need to create in this downward facing dog, just bring movement into it. Take a few steps to the top of your mat for ragdoll posture. Uttanasana ragdoll postures. Foundation, earth. Get really planted and weighty. Soften your knees. Take your hands behind your neck. And I'm going to have you do this. Close your eyes and pull your elbows in towards your knees. Create a heaviness with your hands and pull your head closer to your toes. Drop your hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. So how does it feel, Alan, to just be in this ragdoll pose this morning? It feels good. Oh yeah, relax your head, shake your head from side to side. Roll your way up. Roll your way up. Take your arms to the ceiling. Okay, we'll stay in mountain pose here. Again, I'm reminding you foundation. Root your feet. Spread your toes wide. And then picture you have an imaginary block in between your thighs and squeeze them in together. Lift up through the sides. So your waist, lift up through your sides. Extend your arms overhead. Spread your fingers wide. And bring your hands in front of your heart. Take your palms by your sides. Turn your palms to face outwards. So take your knuckles so they face the back of your mat. Pull your belly in up to your spine. Lift your sternum up. Bring your chin so it's level with the floor. And raise the crown of your head up as high as you can. Inhale, take your arms overhead, mountain pose. Exhale, bend through your hip crease, forward bend, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Rise, mountain pose. Go up. Go big. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway, breathe in. Step back. Take your left foot back. Forward fold and step your left foot back. Runner's lunge. And come up to the tippy toes of your left foot. Lift your left kneecap up. And in this pose, to get really warmed up, move your hips from side to side, front to back. I always say it's like move north, south, east, west. So go forward, back. and exaggerate your pose, right? Like we'll say full expression. Go deep, go end range. Alan looks like a dancer from up here. He's just moving his hips. I need to give him a hula hoop. All right. All you're going to do is change to the opposite side. So take your right leg back, take your left foot forward, runner's lunge, and do the same thing, okay? Move side to side, left to right, warming it up. And I'm even looking at Alan's ankles. There's also this action of the ankles getting warmed up, right? The tops of his toes. Definitely hip flexors. All right. Pause. Step your right foot to the top for a ragdoll pose. Drop your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up, mountain pose. And then come back down, forward fold, exhale all the way to the floor. Halfway lift, breathe it in. High push-up pose. Low push-up, chaturanga. Upward facing, pause. So I'll let you pause in upward facing dog. And when you're ready, downward facing dog. So Damon just took a step back, and sometimes he makes me laugh. Damon, could you show me what you were making me laugh with? So every now and then he will do this, and it tells me to smile. So, hey everyone. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Walk, step, hop to the top. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Root your feet, rise up, mountain pose. Inhale, take it up. We'll do one more sun salutation. A, exhale, forward to bend. Halfway lift. High plank. Low plank. So it's on your toes or on your knees. If you're modifying, up dog. Downward facing doggy. Downward facing dog. And let's do more of those shoulder high push-up down dogs. Okay. Inhale, high push-up pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, pause here. We can do the same thing, or you could lift, come up to three-legged dog. To high push-up pose with a leg up, okay? So that's going to be your option. Do the same thing. So those of you right leg up, inhale here, high push-up to trianga. There you go, core. Inhale, high push-up, keep your right leg up. I'm sorry, downward facing dog. Another, high push-up, brace your belly. Downward facing dog. Good, one more time, high push-up. Back up. Warrior one, right foot forward. So that was just a little bit of warm up, a little bit of core control. Let's go back to rooting. Ground your feet. Press your right foot to the floor. Press your right heel, then press your toe mounts. Square your left hip with your right hip. So take your left hip forward. Engage your right thigh from skin to muscle to bone, hug it in. Fully express the lift of your arms. What does that mean to you? Full expression. That's like big. Breathe in. High push-up. Take a vinyasa if you want to, or immediately go into your downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Inhale, high push-up. High push-up. Three-legged. high push-up. Three-legged, high push-up. Three-legged, warrior one left. Another word I like to use is substantial, right? There's how weighty, how much work can you put in through your left foot? Like, challenge yourself to get there, to root, to nail, to plant. And then once you have that, find the full expression, extension through your arms, your armpits, your torso. Reach your torso up to the ceiling. Breathe in. High push-up pose. And take your flow. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Only one breath here in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Walk, step, or float to the top. Halfway breathe in. Exhale, fold. Mountain pose. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. Just a preview to what's to come out there. 2 sun salutation bees. Okay? So prepare your mind. 2 sun salutation bees. It's going to move. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Inhale, chair pose. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway, breathe in. Vinyasa, that's a step back or a jump back. Low push-up. Upward face. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right foot. So you're going to reach your arms overhead. Once you get it, go ahead, come back down to your flow. Low push-up, up dog, down dog, or skip it altogether. Left foot forward, warrior one. Come back down. High plank. Low. When you're ready, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, go to the top of your mat. Halfway in. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Create that foundation. Don't forget about it. I think sometimes my students are so concerned about arms. Always start with the base first. Take a deep breath in. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway inhale. And create your flow. Walk, step back, chaturanga. Upward face. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, right foot. Vinyasa. And then I'll let you take it at your own pace. Right. Make sure you go back to warrior one on your left and come back down. I'm going to emphasize something different. I'm going to emphasize your spine. So we've done a lot of foundation work with the legs and the hands. Reach your head towards the floor, extend your tailbone up. So think of you lengthening the spaces in between your vertebrae. Crescent lunge, right foot. Extend your arms overhead and reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. I'm going to have Alan stay here. Another way you can bring some movement and some action is to bend your left knee slightly. He's going to stay here and stay in that challenge. So stay lifted, or you could also bend that left knee. You want to be at that hover. Stay strong. Place your hands together in front of your heart in prayer position and hinge your head forward. Pause. Twist. You know, in your yoga practice, there's a sensitivity and a mindfulness when you transfer or transition to each pose. You know, there's a definite hinge, a pause, then the twist. It's the same thing when you come back. So we're going to do the opposite. Pull your belly in, hinge forward, bring your hands in front of your heart, then come up, take your arms overhead. You got to do these steps. High push-up pose. How is that, Alan? I think coming back from that is a challenge. Low push-up. And that's what you want to get yourself into. Up dog and downward facing dog. Oh. Crescent lunge left foot. Okay. We'll start here. Foundation, we've been working on foundation. This time, adding a little bit of water to your hips. Take your tailbone, draw it down. Move the front of your hip points, your pelvic pubic bone, up towards your belly button. And you're going to bring a little bit of fire to your belly core. Then Alan goes for full expression. You create space. There's like freedom. I look at his hands. Are you creating freedom out there? Freedom, space, openness. All the while, keeping your foundation, keeping earth, keeping firm. Bring your hands together in prayer position. There's a softness. Relax your eyes. Hinge from your waist. Pause. You have to hold your core. Twist. Are you taking your transitions in this manner, right? It's almost like every transition is a new pose. This is a new pose. Press your palms together. Pull your belly in, because when we reverse, you're going to have to muster up all that strength. Are you ready, Ellen? Keep your hands to your heart. Hinge forward. Untwist. There you go. Then come up. Hold. Bring your arms overhead. High push-up pose. Vinyasa. Elaine, how crazy have I gotten? Is it I'm just taking it too slow? Hey, is Nate practicing with you? Hey, Nate, are you practicing? You're usually in this class. Warrior 2, right foot. Oh, earth, foundation, water. Water adds that ease and fluidity, right? Fire adds passion. Air to me adds freedom. And full expression, space, creates possibilities. Cartwheel, high push-up. Yeah, that was just a warrior two. Low push-up. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior two, left side this time. And what I want you to do out there is to create a sense of balance. I know Alan knows how much work he put on the right side. You have to put as much work on the left side. Plant your feet, earth again, a little bit of fluidity through your hips. It's not tight. It's not rigid. And even his Alan's eyes, there's a softness with the eyes. Okay, create space for something new. Extend your arms further. Take a deep breath in. Cartwheel, high push-up. Pause and high push-up. We're going to create fire in our bellies and in our triceps. I want you to create 5 tricep push-ups or chaturangas on your toes and on your knees. That's 3 for Alan. When you're done, come up to high plank. Good. Downward facing dog. High push-up pose. Second set, 5. That's going to give you 10 total. Oh, downward facing dog. Great work. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Walk your hands backwards. So this time you're going to be at the back side of your mat. Hang in ragdoll pose. And I'll let you rest your shoulders. Hang in ragdoll pose. Roll your way up. And this is what you're going to do. So, Alan, you're just going to take your left arm overhead and create a tricep stretch. Yeah. Just a counter to the chaturanga. So with the tricep push-ups, we did some warm-ups, and now we're going to just lengthen that. Okay. So we strengthen the triceps. Now we're going to do the opposite and create a stretch. It is an extension. Making it strong, making the strong muscles, and now we're lengthening. Okay, let's change, do the opposite side. So this is a rest from the push-ups because I think I want to add a little bit more, right, Alan? Do you want to do it? Okay, we're going to do it. He said sure. Because out there, you guys need a little bit more push-ups, right? Yes. Be a yes. Be a yes. Hashtag be a yes. So Alan's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to go for it. Okay, release your elbow. Elaine. It's either push-ups or core for Elaine, right? Okay, here we go. Step your right foot forward. We're going to go into airplane. Step your right foot forward. Turn your palms to face the front and extend. Airplane pose. Elaine, I'm building the anticipation for your push-ups. Root down through your right foot. Everyone extend your back leg more. More energy, more energy, more energy. And rise. Good. Airplane, opposite. Root your left foot. There's a lot of fire in this pose. So pull your belly in and lots of space through your shoulders. We call that air. You're bringing in that space. Go ahead, come on up. What we're going to do is we're going to do a halfway warrior 3 pose, okay? Take your arms overhead to Tadasana mountain pose. Pull your belly in. Take your right toes and leg behind you. And go ahead, take your pose. You're going to ground your left foot. Tip forward like you're going to airplane, and then you're going to stop right there. What I'm more concerned about is the extension. There you go, Alan. The extension through your arms. You're not going to go into full warrior 3. You're getting, and Alan is shaking, and I know this has worked, so you got to put in the effort. More effort. Stand. 3 shoulder shrugs. Bring your ears up to your shoulders. Shoulders up to your ears, and do 2 more. And another. Good. How do you say good in French? Bon. Alan is studying French. It's really, look, he's like, hey. So while we're at home being quarantined, we're finding new things to do, and Alan has actually found himself a French app, and we hear him playing his games. Like Damon and I are on TikTok, and Alan is doing something productive and learning French. So he's going to lead class in French. The next time when you guys come back, it'll be in French. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Anchor your opposite foot. Extend your arms overhead. So there's mountain pose first. Get this posture. Take your left foot back. And when you're ready, hinge from your hip crease, not your upper back. It's almost like your body, your upper body, it's in plank. You have to breathe. Breathe. There's mountain pose. The mountain pose plank is just tilted down. It's like it's cantilevered. Take another deep breath in and come on up. All right. Release. Figure four. Let's do a hip opening balance. Root down through your left foot. Cross your right ankle. Pause. Foundation first. I haven't talked about foundation for a while yet. Again, ground your feet. Drop your tailbone down. Lift your hip points up to the ceiling. And when you're ready, go ahead. Sit in your chair. Alan has his hands in front of his heart. You could even keep the theme of the extension if you want to go into chair pose arms or Tadasana mountain pose arms, or just stay here. Sit a little lower. Rise. Great transition. Change. Root your right foot. Cross your left. Root your feet. Bring a little bit of water to your waist. And some air. Alan's like, and when you're ready, chair pose. Create, be an intention in that foundation. Only when you can be in foundation can you really full express. Press your palms deep together. And stand. Let's do this. Step to the top of your mat. Step your right foot back, and we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. Yep. There you go. We're just going to step into this. Extend your arms out to a letter T. Could you do that dance wave, Alan, with your arms? Hey, you guys, watch him. Go. Yeah, you got to do this. Alan's full expression with his arms. Yay! More dancing. Go, one more time. There you go. Ready, go. Wide-legged forward bend. Breathe in. Exhale. Forward fold. Did someone say it's our new TikTok? That's Eli who said it's our new TikTok. That's going to be our new TikTok. Grab a hold of your big toes and lift your tailbone up, 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 up. Like the movie Up. Yeah, it's almost like I want to hook helium balloons in Alan's butt. His elastic, and his butt's going to go up. Could you imagine Alan in this pose just all of a sudden flying up? He'd be like Mary Poppins. It's like the meditating Mary Poppins, the Buddhist Poppins. Roll your way up. Okay, step your feet together and find yourself to the top of your mat. Mountain pose. Sun salutation A. We're going to make our way to the ground. Exhale, forward bend. Halfway lift. High push-up pose. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. High push-up pose. Go ahead, come onto your, tabletop. We usually come. I have a surprise pose for you all. We're going to do a few cat and cows. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. No, I'm sorry. Cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So here's the new pose. We've done it before, but I didn't know what the name of it was. So, tabletop pose. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your right knee and bring it towards your left elbow, or crunch. So you're going to be a crunch here. Now lift your right leg back up. Take your left hand to your right foot. We've done this before. This is tiger pose! For those of you who are watching Netflix, Tiger King, I actually saw this. I was like, oh my gosh. There is a fuller version of this where you actually extend your legs overhead. It's almost like full expression standing bow. So the higher it is and you reach towards the back. So this is tiger pose. Take another deep breath in and release. Oh, okay. We're going to do tiger pose again on the opposite side. Okay, here we go. Lift your left knee up. Do a crunch first. Hug in. Take it back up. So it looks like his tail. There you go. Meow, meow, meow. And when you're ready, tiger pose. I mean, we do this pose a lot in class. We just never knew the name. You're a tiger now. No more internet for Mark. What else could I do when we're in self-quarantine? But you know what? I see a lot of the benefits of this pose is shoulder opener, quad opener, back bend. Take another deep breath in, tiger, and release. Come into child's pose. It's like the Brady's dog, his name was Tiger. You know? Frosted Flakes, Tiger, you know? I'm a tiger in my Chinese zodiac, Tiger. So, Mr. Rogers, Daniel Stripe a tiger. So, okay. That's all you get. That's all I could think of. Let's come into a brief camel. It's tiger, 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 camel. Okay, let's root. Either sprinter toes, tuck your toes under. Come back to foundation, drop your tailbone down, lift the front of your hips up. Here's for those of you who want to take a more gentle approach, just press your hips forward, lift your sternum up to the ceiling. Boom. You got it. Those of you who go deeper into your practice, you know where that's at, right? I did purposely work on tiger so that your shoulders do open up slightly for camel pose. I didn't just refer that because it's pop culture at the moment, but there was a reason why we did tiger. Come on up. Hero's pose, or simple. All right. Downward facing. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling, half pigeon, or those of you who want to come into your back for eye of the needle, come up to that option. And I'm looking at the alignments with Alan's alignments, and I'm going to have him adjust. Take a look at your back leg. And make sure your back leg is aligned. Leanne, how did you know I had coffee? Alan made amazing coffee today, though. It was really, really good. Those of you who... Aldi's has a good brand of coffee. So... Alan says it's a German roast. So if you're braving yourself, if you're doing your weekly shopping, make your way to Aldi's, get their coffee. So root down through your body, get grounded, and as the time passes, soften. Did you guys hear that? German roast. Mild. Half pigeon. All right. It's a short half pigeon. A short half pigeon. He's only 6 inches tall. Downward facing dog. All right, come to your down dog. Make sure you release some of that blood flow and come back. Opposite side, half pigeon. Without Googling it, here's a trivia question that I'm asking everyone. You cannot Google it. Do you know the name of Bert from Sesame Street's pigeon? Do not Google it. Bert had a pigeon. Bert and Ernie had a pigeon. Do you know the name? Alan doesn't know. Does anyone know? So root your thigh, your quad. Winner gets $10. No. Pigeon? No. So, the name of Bert's pigeon was Bernice. Bernice. Remember Bernice? His pigeon was Bernice. All right. Let's take 3 more breaths in half pigeon. Okay. Downward facing dog. Find your way into a cross-legged sit. Extend your right leg out to the front. Tuck your left foot as if you were in a seated tree pose. Remember, we're going to go back to foundation. Root your sits bones. Plant your hands behind you. Lift your, bring your shoulder blades in together and press it into your spine. Extend your arms overhead to Tadasana mountain pose. Hold this here. Do you already feel lift and work in your hamstrings? Okay. Yeah, we're going to stay here. Okay. Hold. With your arms upstretched, move, stop right there. Do you just feel this? Okay. Okay, now bring your hands to your toes. Wasn't that just in of itself, to hold it was, and I know when I practice that, is work. And allow yourself to go as deep as you want. And I'm watching Alan's pose. This is where his body is at. He's not folded all the way down. He's being mindful. Before you come out of the pose, for about a couple more seconds, bring the back of your knee towards the floor. Yeah. And that almost like straightens it, right? Bring the back of your knee to the floor. And release. So mindful. Great work. Great work, everyone out there. Let's do the opposite side. Seated tree pose. Extend your arms overhead. Let's keep in the integrity of posture. Oh, don't shortchange yourself. Pull your belly in. Hold. Dip. Pause. Feel the sensation. Feel the reach. There's work. There is work. Take another breath. Release. Take your hands to your feet. Come on up. Crisscross your legs. Seated spinal twist. Root your... By now, your hips should be fully warmed up and open. Root your sits bones. Neutralize your pelvis. As Alan would say, stack your spine like a roll of quarters. Stack it. Let's take a twist. Take your left elbow to your right knee. Seated spinal twist. I'm sorry, hand. Thank you. I just want to acknowledge all of you out there who's been practicing, staying committed to your practice, and tuning in with us. Change sides. Being part of the community. I know sometimes I do bunny trail out of these yoga poses and I just want to talk. It is because I miss all of you, and I miss that connection and just giving this little bit of interaction and wanting to know how it is. It's lighthearted. So I'm so excited and I'm so happy that you're out there. Go ahead, come back. Let's find our way into Shavasana. Might what? Oh. Miss you, Sam. Alan waves too. We're going to be here only for a minute. And those of you who want to stay longer, go ahead, tune us out. But we may have some really fun things at the end of class. Oh, we don't. I don't know, maybe. How hot is it in your house, Eric? Oh, Elizabeth. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Give yourself a big bear hug with your knees. So bring your knees to your chest. Bear hug. Another animal. Bear. Rock and roll. Come to a seat. That smile says it all. It's like, ah. Bring your hands in front of your heart. With love and respect, namaste.